Is it okay if I can't really see because it's so bright?
Yes.
Should be all right.
Okay.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Just Two Moms Chatting with our guest, Kelly Chapman. We apologize for the technical difficulties. We had a little problem getting on Dawn's feed, so we are on my feeds. So welcome. We will share the video that if you didn't catch the live, it will be shared on Dawn's social media. So
Yeah. I'll share the recording.
absolutely. So, hey, Kelly, it's nice to meet
Hey,
you.
yeah, nice to meet you too.
Yeah. So can you just like give a little bit of an intro of
Um,
yourself, in terms of how you know Dawn and
okay, well, I guess the short version. Um, I guess we're all connected through watching Sabrina videos, I feel, and I think it was 2022 when I started watching them in the summer, and just from being on Facebook, I found Dawn, we connected, and it was really nice. Like I feel, and just right off the bat, thanking Sabrina. I don't know if she sees this, but what that was a game changer. I think all of us feel that way, that
100%.
because
Yes.
we've always been little truth seekers, you know what I mean? During COVID, I think we all share the same story, kind of similar backgrounds, but yeah, Dawn and I started talking last year, and it was like a relief because I was going a little crazy. Like I had nobody to talk to about all this stuff except for my husband, and I think I drove him nuts because we would be watching Sabrina videos while we were driving, making supper, having a glass of wine. I'd be like, check this out, and so
Oh, that's
I just
awesome.
went. Oh, we couldn't get enough. Like I couldn't
Did
stop.
he
But
likes it? He
he
responds to
likes it.
that?
Well, he was blown away too because when you know what it's like when you first start listening, you got to listen to it more than once. There's some video that's 38 minutes long or something. I don't know, but it's got lots of juice in it. And when you're looking for this information, it's like when you first find it, it is a little bit. Did you guys have a hard time sleeping and a hard time
Yes.
finding joy? You know what I mean? I did feel very in the beginning. It felt yeah, it was heavy. It was heavy, but I wanted to know. Like this is the information. This is the missing part that we all have known
Right.
something is going on. Like my background in a nutshell was holistic health.
Okay.
So, 20 years ago, I'm 49, so I started my journey. I had a couple kids. I was 100 pounds overweight, so I joined Curves as like a woman's gym, and
Hmm.
from there I just got into holistic health. And but over 20 years where I worked in it was like a weight loss health clinic where you did wellness programs and you worked alongside you worked with naturopaths and doctors, and you were really getting people off medications through diet and exercise and sleep. Like we did everything. It was awesome, and I just watched with my own two eyes as people, you know basically the medical system. you learned I learned a long time ago that it was about money. So nothing against them, but big pharma, I always, had my eye on them. So when COVID hit, that's how we knew that I wasn't going to be listening to them. So, you know, I think, our I didn't know how to explain it during COVID. All we ever kept saying was we just knew that the vaccine was going to hook you up to the 5G. And my family thought I was mental, and they used to make fun of me. And I haven't hooked up to Netflix yet, and all that. But because I didn't, they're like, Kelly, that's a little ridiculous. I'm like, I don't know how to explain it, and I couldn't even wrap my head around it. But I understood that there was the graphene, Anyway, Sabrina, by watching these videos and taking the time, because this has been a couple years now, right, Don? Like
Yes.
we've been deep into this. Like this is deep.
Yeah.
Even the textbooks, I lost my shit when you went in and you could see all the college textbooks. I thought they were just just an exam, just the book. I didn't know you could open it and then go into it. It was like, whoa, that's crazy too. And uh, but anyway, I'm here because I always knew that something was up with the technology and what's coming. Do you know what I mean? And trying to
Hmm.
find the missing answers. But now where are we at? Now we're all, I think there's a group of us, and thank you, Don, for being a warrior and being resilient and persistent, and all the people that have been just spreading this information out in a way that is, you know, kind of like navigating. You're showing people, you're like, hey, did you ever see Policy Horizons Canada, a website that talks about a biodigital convergence? I found that during COVID in like 2021, and I was reading it, and it was talking about all this stuff about 3D printers and how the technology, like when you wake up, your bedroom walls will be all screens, and whenever you think, because your AI is going to say, oh, you need something to calm you today. So, but this was all on the government website talking about all this biodigital convergence. It's called Policy Horizons Canada, and man, they were,
Wow.
It's
yeah,
mind blowing.
Yeah,
it's
you
mind
guys are a
blowing.
little ahead of me.
Canada is crazy. Sabrina, you know that PDF, that tech metric PDF. I printed that out, and and another document that's on the Policy Horizons Canada. It's a government website. It's called the Next Digital Economy, and it was written in like 2017. And it talks about by 2025 there'll be 75 billion nanosensors. But back then you wouldn't know what that is. Do you know what I mean? Now we understand the Internet of Things and the Internet of Bodies and all this stuff is all these sensors, which is what all this mesh networks is, right? So the this document called the Next Digital Economy, it really breaks down what's coming and how AI and anyway, I took it to my local MLA and I just asked if I could come in and sit with them and open the book, and I showed it to him, and he had never seen it before, and he's like, wow, this is a government website and I am the government and I didn't even know it existed. And so whether it does any good or not, because I don't think a lot of the government in Canada, I don't think they're aware of this um, move. I don't think they know to the extent, you know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
but but here we are trying to figure out with our children, how do we balance AI technology and still have like it feels like everybody's losing connection from their heart and everything's going to the
Right.
Oh
brain. Like
man. Yeah.
everybody's we're used to be heart
Yes.
connected and now we're brain connected through the phone. Like I've even texted my freaking kid and I'm like, no, okay.
Right?
Stay,
Like in the
you know
house.
what I mean? Like, yeah, like in the house, just because
Like
I'm
get
like, I'm
down
always
here for
knocking on her
dinner.
door. Well, I knock on her door
We
and she
do
doesn't
that
hear me
too.
because she has headphones on. But yeah, like, and now we have the kids, the aftermath of COVID. I homeschooled my kids for that whole time. I took them out. Same thing. I protected them from the world, but did I protect them from the digital world? I don't know. I'm feeling this whole. It's just crazy because
It's
like
hard.
you know it's hard, and I'm 2 generations. Like I'm 40 years older than my youngest child, who's 10, and you know what I mean?
Yeah,
They
I
look at me
do.
like I'm an old, yeah, they're like, Mom, you don't get it. And
Right.
because, yeah,
My
so,
my kids make fun of me. Like the other day, my daughters were in the kitchen talking about some game they were playing, and I hear them like talking about a game. I'm like, what? What game's that? And my daughter's like, oh, you know the one where I have to go upload my mind to the cloud, mom, because they hear me talking, so they're
Oh yeah.
making fun of me like that, and I'm like,
oh, hard, yeah.
you know,
Oh, they make fun of me. Mine do too. Yeah. Yeah.
My
They
sister
just
always jokes how she hasn't connected to Netflix yet. That's her joke because
see,
she's,
it's
yeah.
hard. We're always being mocked. It's like, no, let me show you the paper.
Let me,
right. Like, yeah,
well,
you want the
so this,
source documents?
Yeah,
well,
you got to read the document. I'm not crazy, I swear.
well, and don't you guys feel like that's what Sabrina did when she come in and we started watching her? She started
Yes.
explaining and connecting all these crazy dots. And then if you listen to Ian Appleby's, that crazy professor, if you go,
Oh
Yes.
man.
because that's what was blowing my mind. That's what I love. Is that she shows the white paper plus the university, the actual students, the professors, and you can go look on Rice University, Georgia Tech, all that. You can go in and look at
Yes.
all the alumni and then go look on their Facebook account. I might have done that a little bit
Yeah,
just to see,
I know.
just
We're
to
all
see if they're,
stalkers now.
well, you're kind
Professional
of like,
stalkers.
We
these are
are,
real,
we are.
they're engineers, so they're biomedical engineers. You're like, this is
Yes.
real shit. Like when she says this is real going on, nobody can deny it because now it's about awareness. That's what me and Don were kind of talking yesterday about some cool stuff, but it was like, I feel like the big message, I think, as moms, when we get together is awareness of, because we know you can't turn it off. You can't
Right.
turn it off,
Right.
but being aware that it even exists, like the fact that your phone, if you want to wear the Apple Watch and let it do all that stuff, are you really aware of what it's doing? And like you and I were saying, Dawn, why we need to, maybe there's a way, I have no idea, it's just a crazy idea, but to fight for our rights to have that data be ours and have, I want to have access to my fucking, to this, I
Yes.
want to log into me and be like,
Right.
okay, drink more water and stop cussing. And you know what I mean? Like if you're going to let AI, because this is what the awareness is, I don't think people realize, like they're going to get you to that point to submit and think that AI is going to make a better decision for you. And then if
Yeah.
people are like, well, it really will, and I want to lose weight and I want to do this,
Right.
but are you aware of what this means, right? So if we're aware of things and you're aware of the tactics that they're using and how they're bringing it in right sneaky, then can you be brainwashed? Can you really, you know what I mean? Are we,
Right.
because
When
we got to start
right.
out, yeah. And I
That's
think
it.
that's what
Exactly.
the
It's
awareness
so
is.
sneaky.
Yes.
Well, I have friends say that didn't know what ChatGPT was, thought all this technology stuff was crazy. And just for example, you know, I don't want to say names or anything, but just this is what happened. She didn't know anything about it. All of a sudden, she can't even text her best friend without using ChatGPT. And so, you know, if you're
Yes.
taking what used to be regular stuff that your brain did on a regular basis, and now you're constantly, even asking it silly stuff that you already know the answer to, if you're not aware that, uh-oh, this is what bad AI using AI looks like, is that you become so dependent on it, your brain, that study that came out,
Yep.
it showed that the people that were dependent on it, their
Yep.
brain neurons, their brain, like a muscle, it just died. But if you use it to enhance, if you use it to save money and save time, it's like Google. You can use it for good things. But if the
Right.
more aware that you are of what it looks like to have an unhealthy relationship with technology and AI, because that's what I don't
Bingo.
think there's no
Uh,
social norms about
Yeah.
it. Like, is it normal to have a girlfriend and have somebody that you actually talk to and think is a sentient being for a minute because you're lonely? I don't know
Oh,
if that, you know what I mean?
It's
But
yeah.
like
And
it's
nobody,
it's it's creepy. It's honestly a little
well,
totally.
creepy.
maybe you got to catch yourself. You're like, wait a minute. I think I'm becoming that person that uses ChatGPT just to ask it things that I used to know. Even like
Yeah, I
you saw,
used it a ton and I had to take it off of my computer and force myself to do my own writing, like just go back to doing that.
there.
I was like, "Oh, well, I'll just do this prompt and I'll just get a little information and then I'll change it. I'll use my own words." But I just had to like remove it and I really found like parts of me that I hadn't like accessed in a while because I had become
Well,
dependent on it.
you become, but see, you have awareness. You were aware that, wait a minute, this is so easy. Normally, when things are too easy, normally, you have to do what's difficult when it is easy. And ChatGPT is making everything
Everything too
Yes.
easy.
so easy that, and this is what I mean, is like if we are aware of what it looks like to be unhealthily, using it, then we can
Yep.
kind of, it's almost like removing ourselves from all of this we're all being scripted. Like when you're scrolling on your phone at night, you're being tuned. You're being
Mm-hmm.
shown pictures and videos. My daughter
Yep.
painted her face blue the other night with blue paint, like a Smurf, like right to her eyes, put on a cap to look like Megamind, but she painted herself all up blue. The next day, I open my phone. What is the video that's suggested for me by YouTube is a man with a painted blue face. So the
And
phone,
people
I
think it's
took a,
the phones, not that it's they're like using our bodies. People think that
Right.
they're geolocating your phone and it's tagged off of your search history, and that and
well,
that's
and
what they
I
want you
think,
to think. I think.
No, they're
and I
looking
think
right
it's,
through your eyes and seeing what you're seeing.
they're looking right through everything. And if it says right in it that, like, um, have you guys ever heard of this device? It's called a Healy. I
Yes,
have one. I bought
I
one
I have
5
only
years.
from you.
I
Well,
know. I had
here's the
friends that
thing.
used it and used it with professionally. Yep, I never tried it.
I I don't know shit about it. I'm just a gadget person. So I bought it 5 years ago from my friend in Texas, and I don't even know how to use it. I've used it a few times, but it's it's what's what's weird about it is you hold this little thing in your hand. I brought it so I could show,
Okay, cool.
Awesome.
and I don't promote it. I don't sell it. I don't nothing. I don't even, now I'm weirded out about using it because all your information goes on the fucking Wi-Fi but I'll show you what it looks like, and this
Right.
is where I'm going with it. This is where I'm
Okay.
going with it. I'll show you what this
Oh, yeah.
thing can do,
Props.
okay? And it has a watch. It has a wearable that goes with it. It has a little wearable, so you can wear it and track your
Oh,
sleep and like that. Like, and if you're sensitive to it, you put it on, you can feel it. My husband is like, I can't wear
wow.
this thing. I'm like, me neither. I can feel. Look underneath. It has, like, I don't know. I guess it's like lights that perturbate, or the lasers, the light that goes in, because they're going to access. But anyway, here's what. This is what this device costs. That's like $2,000. Okay, but whatever this technology is that's in this little device, this is what you do. Okay, and I don't have it turned on right now, so I'm just. But all you have to do, okay, is hold it in your hand like this. And on my phone, but I'm using it, you go into the app, and it'll say do an aura scan, and I say yes, aura scan. So it's going to read all my biosignals that are coming off me, starting from the root, and you can watch it on there, and you can see all these waves going like this. And I assume there's your heart, there's your vascular, there's everything. Just you can see what you look like as a sound bite, right? But all you got to do is hold it in your hand, and
Wow.
it reads your biofield, and then it gives
Ooh,
you a report. And I'm telling you, it'll tell you your throat chakra is blocked because you're not speaking your truth in your relationship. And then it'll say your root chakra, survival, you work too much, and it'll tell you all about yourself. So what I'm saying is, then
wow.
it'll give you, it'll say, hey, your liver is down, you need this frequency to be sent to your liver, say. So then you can go into the app, and you can put this little device on, and it comes with little um, like wristbands that you put on your arms,
Yep.
and then it has cords, right? So it's going to send a microcurrent into your body. But what I'm saying is, if this technology, I can hold this in my hand, and it can read my soul, it can read my biofield, and it knows past it. When you read the report that it gives you, it'll creep you out. It is crazy. But imagine if that technology is put on your phone, right? And you can hold the
Yeah.
phone.
Good
Like,
point.
I'm just saying, like, this
Right.
thing is
Good
old.
point.
Yes.
This is old, and it
Yeah,
works
because
with the
people
Wi-Fi and stuff,
actually
right?
they help. I've heard of people getting results from Healy. So just putting that out
Well,
there,
and
like,
it's because what it
what?
uses is right frequencies, I guess. It
Right.
uses right
That's it.
frequencies,
Thanks.
but it's the fact that the technology, the sensors that are in it, are literally reading your biofield, reading all of those signals coming off of us, and it's just in this little device. So if they could put that in that, why wouldn't they want to have that in a phone, and then they know everything about
Absolutely.
you? And then
Right.
remember that study where they said the pupils of the eye, they can, if they watch your eyes, you already know a second beforehand what's going to happen almost. It's like the AI can read your thoughts before you, like, as you're thinking them, it already knows. And if you've given up you want AI to take over and make all your decisions for you, then this is that big awareness thing of like, do you really want to be hooked up to all this stuff? Because it's going to start intercepting your decisions because it knows what's best for you. Do you know what I
Right.
mean? Like,
Yeah.
because from what they say, AI looks at us as, they don't want us to have freedom. We're crazy humans that will blow each other up,
Right.
right? They're like, oh, just let us control everything. So we have to make sure that we don't start thinking that AI is the answer, and remember how to be a human. Because I think that's
A
Right.
what's
hundred
happening.
percent. Like, where's that line where it starts to go be out of our control, which I'm sure a lot of it already is. But also, I just thrown in the biofield. It's because they don't want us to know that we have these abilities on our own. I mean, when I
Right.
learned about that piece of, like, Sabrina's teaching with the biofield, I mean, I knew what the
Uh,
aura was, but the fact that they have that they're using it for these devices and everything that they're doing, and being aware
it's
of
it's
that and how to find. Yeah, go ahead.
it's creeping. It's kind of creepy how it mimics like they have taken
Exactly, that
this
was my point.
dust, and they've
Yes.
mimicked nature. So I think that's the other thing, is that we as moms got to make sure, like, you got to go out in nature and connect
Right.
your heart and your biofield to the trees, because all these signals that are all around us, this is like it's interfering with our natural signals that connect us to nature. They want to come in and overlay and have us,
Exactly.
it's like
Right.
our heart is disconnecting from nature and our brain is connecting to the iCloud, and they want to
Yep.
keep you in that low frequency shit, which Do you guys see that a lot where when you're on your feed, whatever you've been talking about or
Hmm.
arguing about or whatever, they'll feed you like what me and Don
Yes.
when we were talking about this. Yeah,
It's
and then it keeps
creepy.
you in that. It's crazy because
It's
so
creepy.
that's what I think we all have to start doing
Yeah.
is knowing that
Yes.
everywhere you go, everything is watching you, and your phone, it's picking up everything. We could also go into our phone and turn all the microphones off on your YouTubes. I think that could help a little. I
Yeah.
doubt it. There's
Yeah.
still the beam that's
There's
beaming
still
over you.
there's still
Yeah.
the
But just
molecules
like,
Yeah.
around us. Yeah.
Yeah.
but are we arguing with their, like, I think taking note, because if it's reading your thoughts, then it's going to keep your thoughts. Like, when you're
Yes.
driving down the road and you're like, fuck everybody, and you're mad at everyone, and you're like, wait a minute. Okay, that's not, I, I don't really feel like that, do I? Or do I? I
Just
don't
got to
know. But
get it out.
I'm so angry about all this other shit I
Yes.
see that everything else becomes angry. And so that's where I think we've got to start taking that old saying, and I'm not very good at it, but think before you speak. You know what I
It's
mean? Think,
I know it's like ruining
First,
relationships because I've seen it
oh, yeah.
in my marriage because if my husband and I are arguing,
hmm
all of a sudden his Gab feed is filled with anti-women memes and stuff they're throwing at him and videos from YouTube about women being immature and all this stuff. And
Oh, yeah.
it's like being fed into him more when he's agitated with me, like, yeah, I'm validated. Women are the problem. And they're literally doing that. And I did an
Wrong
experiment
time.
with my husband because my YouTube feed is all like molecular communication, I mean, that's the stuff I'm always looking up. So that's my
Kind of
feed.
cultivated it. Yeah.
When my
Yeah.
husband sends me a link from YouTube, his shit is messing with my algorithms, and now I'm seeing anti-women
So you're like, oh, he's on the
videos. Yes, anti-women be
Yeah.
my thing. And I showed him, I
Yeah.
go, do you see how they're fucking with us? Just look at this. And he was like, because he didn't believe me. I had to show it to him. And I'm like, maybe you're not really as mad as you think you are, but you have a thought. They feed that shit to you even more
They,
because they really
right.
want you mad. They
Well,
are now controlling you. And people have no idea that they're all
yeah.
being controlled. No
Nope.
idea.
Yep.
Well, that,
Yep.
and maybe this is what we can help bring awareness to is that, do you want to follow their script that they've laid out for you? Do you want to respond um, like a little puppet that they, because that's kind of what's happening. And if you kind of
Right.
think back over the last couple of weeks and be like, how many fights have I been in? How are my relationships? How is your inner dialogue,
Right.
right? Like that's huge for me because
Yes.
I'm all nice right like now, but I'm sassy and crazy on the inside sometimes
Yeah, I
when
know.
I'm
I'm
driving. You
having those.
know what I
I'm
mean?
having those thoughts. Fuck that person. God damn.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh
yeah.
man, it's all under
Oh, yeah.
wraps now. But just
It's always when I'm driving too that all the craziness comes in. But we gotta like, I think that's as much as we can do is if we know that it's there and we know that the biggest thing they're trying to do is one, make us think like, oh, we should just give it away for free and not. It's not like we can't fight to take the towers down. They're not going to turn the internet off. That's not
right.
going to work. You can't turn your DNA off but it's the fact that we should have access. I don't know if this is a possible thing. Is this something that we can like look into
Sabrina
like
has
legally?
mentioned
She did.
that she thinks that that's the only possibility is if they give us access to our own data.
The military gives
Right,
us
because
cultivated access to our digital twin. I believe that's
Yes.
something like that.
well,
I'm not
because
even sure what
I
that means.
feel and the data, right? It's your data that they've already been stealing it from you for 20 years now, and now
Yes.
they want to sell it back, or they want to allow you to have this illusion that you can put your data on an NFT on this little thing. Have you ever heard of this? Again, it's comes if you have a smartwatch, you can download an app called In Persona, and right on the freaking app, I looked it up. It says
In
start mining
persona.
cryptocurrency
Right.
with
With
Yep.
your
your
heartbeat.
heartbeat,
Yep.
and then it breaks it down and get this, it's an MLM. So their little slogan is wear, as in wear the wearable, share, as in share the info, and earn. So you can put it
Oh,
on.
Ah,
Remember, this is the
yes.
bio tokenization.
This way that you can get other people to join.
Right, and then you can just be a battery. You can be a node on the network and sit there and just do this all day and make money sitting there selling
Yeah,
your energy. That's what the kids are, or whatever's happening in the future, whatever jobs are left, but they're going to give them the option to put the wearable on. Like RFK Jr., I used to like him 10,
me
15 years
too.
ago. I thought
Me
he was
too.
doing good stuff, and
Right.
maybe I don't really know, but now I'm thinking, you little sneaky fucker, you're coming
I
in
know.
Now
saying
now we're all confused. Like, what the heck?
well, did
Very
you see that?
confusing.
I want everyone to have a wearable in 4 years. I'm like, yeah, but what does that mean? That means we would all be
Be on an
hooked
ankle
into this.
bracelet.
And and what they want AI to take over and babysit everybody. And they want us to be obedient. You know what I'm saying? But this is that Trojan horse where he's coming in. He's trying to say, wear the wearable so that we can track your health and
You'll get
incentivize.
healthy.
But
It'll be
um,
easier.
well, imagine if these guys got in at the top of the pyramid on these MLMs and everybody
Yep.
did have a wearable and everybody did make money off of all of it, but it's the whole now they know everything about you. When you look at this in persona app, you can see that if you buy in and you let them harvest your data every 30 minutes, you get more money. If you let it do it every 2 hours or 6 hours or whatever. I just couldn't
No
believe it.
wonder
I was like,
nobody works anymore. Because if you go out during the daytime, you notice like everything's busy all the time now. It used to be, because I've always been a stay-at-home mom. It used to
Yep.
be during the day you'd go out and everywhere was empty because
It
everybody
wasn't
was
quite
at
as
work.
crowded.
Yes,
Yep.
now everybody's, all they got to do is take their device with them and they can work anywhere.
Yep,
and they
that
can work
that
out.
that gig economy. Plus, they've disabled half, so many people that there's a lot more people on disability, and no
Right.
judgment there because it's. I feel like we're being preyed upon and we're being harvested, and
Yeah.
the
That's
misinterpretation of medical of how we care for ourselves is completely off the rails. Everybody
it's
outsources any thinking that they have about their health to the system. Well, not everybody, but and it's tricky. I really feel like RFK is like walking us off the ledge, walking a lot of that whole truth or holistic community in a lot of ways. Like maybe he was put in there to kind of really I mean, he was talking with all the top names in the truther community or whatever you want to call it, more holistic during COVID, and I listened to him a lot and really felt
yeah.
like he was like thinking outside the box in terms of the types of methods of healing and plants and just every part of the economy. But now I see how it was kind of a molded conversation or cultivated
Yeah.
and steered. So I don't need to go on and on about that
Well,
because you guys get it. But
I
now it's
think sometimes
hilarious that what he's
yeah.
like. Yeah, go ahead,
He's
somebody
go
else.
he he's kind of going in that direction where he they brought him in because he can control that 30% of the anti-vaxxers, right? Because everybody's like,
Right.
oh, he's in
Anti-vaxxers, yeah.
now, so we're going to do whatever he says. And he's like, you're all going to
Yep.
wear a wearable, and we're like, oh, is that
And a lot of the
is that
autism moms are
is
right there with him because it will be
Yes.
better for a lot of these. That's the thing. I believe I don't like it,
yeah,
but it will be easier. And if you have a kid that's
Yes.
just out of control in diapers or whatever, and you hear about that, maybe they can pump some medicine into them somehow remotely, or pump some kind of
Right.
juju into them remotely, and
yeah.
they're going to be better. Then most of them are going to be like, hell yeah, sign me up now. You
Right.
know,
I
All the
agree
all
too.
the
I mean,
paraplegics and stuff, like I think
they're going to
about
get out
that
of their
too.
chairs.
Yes, I think about that. Like a
yeah,
lot of these people live in such pain and
Right? How can
their
you
like
blame them?
their quality of life is horrible. So clearly this is their answer. Like this is everything
yep.
they've been waiting for. It's
That's
it's
true
just
too, you guys. Like there
It
is
is
good.
true.
And that's something too that
Very true.
I started looking into the good side of it because I'm thinking, okay, like you got to look at what can be good of it so that we know that I mean, if nobody decides to go into AI, cybersecurity, if no good people actually study this stuff, then we're
right.
fucked because the bad guys, you're just
Right.
leaving it open for them. So
Right.
we want our,
Very good
right? Like
points.
we need,
Yes.
we, yeah,
Yes.
like the more we know about AI ourselves and see what it can do for good and don't be crazy and just be all, it, I feel like you can't rush to take sides right now. You have to be in the middle and you got to look and see like how you're being played, right? Because they're going to present this watch and all this stuff to be like all good. But if it's good for you, it will be right. It could be really good for those kids and
Right.
even elders that have Parkinson's and they live alone and they
Right.
don't want to go into a home, but their family's like, well, put the watch on and get the Google Home up in the corner, and then you can watch Granny. But for some people, they will want that, and it will benefit
Yes.
them. But I think for us, I mean, we have to be. If you are really don't want to be part of anything, are you prepared to live in the jungle?
Right.
And you know what I mean? Have you
That's what,
tried that yet
Yeah.
too?
Yeah, those are really good points to not jump to judge, because I have a friend that's husband is paraplegic. Do you think that she wouldn't want for him to, I mean, we've had some of these conversations before, like she
Yeah,
wouldn't want for him to be able to walk, that he
right.
wouldn't want to have that experience.
Right.
And so it's like, it's tormenting. I feel like
It
if you know
is.
about it, it is
yeah.
tormenting. So
Well,
it's a
it's one
little
of those
negative.
things where it's always going to be. I think we live in, there's always a battle for good and evil. There's always
Right.
the bad guys are always watching to see what they can take a good thing and turn it evil. The airplane was supposed to transport
Right.
people,
So
but then they
true.
dropped the
We
bomb
need the
on somebody
good
with
So
it.
people to
true.
stand up. We need more
Right.
of the good people to stop being
Yes.
afraid. We
Thank
need
you,
the
Dawn.
good people.
That's
Okay.
what I feel like
The
too. Like
good people.
you got to get into this, and our kids, we got to encourage our kids. If our children don't learn how to just even use AI agents and how to build with it, or you don't have to have it hooked up to your head, but you have to be able to, or else you're going to not be employable in a sense. And a lot of the jobs I'm
Right.
sure are going to be gone. But if you're afraid of being replaced by AI, you should also be afraid of being replaced by a human that can use AI. So if you
Right.
Wow.
don't know
Yeah.
any of that, that's all it
That's
is. And a lot
yes.
of times it saves money and it can allow, like when the calculator came out, everybody, the mathematicians freaked out and they said, oh no, this is the end of thinking in the brain. But now look what it did. It was a tool. If you depend on it to do 2 + 2, that's not what it's for. But if
Right.
you're using
Right.
it to do stuff, it'll give you, like they're saying when AI came out, the coders were gone, right? All these jobs were wiped off. But now those coders are using AI and now they're making more money and they're better at what they're doing. And now they have time to do other things. Like when we stopped going to the library to get a book, we took all that time to do other shit. Do you know what I mean?
That's
And
yes.
I heard this Sam Altman guy saying this stuff, and he
Right.
realizes that ChatGPT is causing this psychosis where people can't think without it. And I mean, it's only been out for 3 years. So this is like when the internet came out. All
Right.
professors thought, oh, we're fucked. No one's gonna. What's the point of teachers? But then look at it. It became the greatest tool. So
Yep.
if we understand it, the more we know about it. Well, look at Sabrina. Look at how knowledgeable she is, and because she understood it, knew about it, and shared her information, we are aware of what's going on, and then
Yes.
you can make an informed decision,
Yes.
right? It's all about being informed and not having the wool pulled over your eyes. And I think a lot of times we got to start reading those books about the tactics that these, governments use
Right.
on us so that we
Yes.
don't get
Yeah, and not be
fucking
afraid
sucked
of
into
it.
the, not be, well, and we're getting,
Narcissism 101.
yeah,
Learn the
101.
course. Learn the
Learn the course,
course. Okay.
right? So that
Yeah,
you can,
yeah.
Learn the
right.
course.
Like boots
Learn
on the
and
ground
don't
people here.
Yes.
Well, and don't fight with all these people about stupid shit that doesn't matter because it's like doesn't matter if the earth is flat or round. Does it fucking matter?
Oh,
No. Does it
Right.
matter?
That's what they
What
want us to
matters?
do. They want us arguing
Right.
about the most
so
retarded shit.
dogmatic.
So yeah, and
Exactly.
then it keeps us in that low frequency, and then you're always in a
Yep.
state. You're always sitting there on your phone. So I think if you want to go back to being human again, we got to start remembering what humans.
Yes.
What did
Be
you used to
human.
like to
Like
do?
talking to
What did
each other.
Yes. Use your
talking?
voice so you can hear tone with a person. Show your real
Yeah.
face so that people can see your facial expressions. Stop using 3,000 filters on your pictures because it's just
Yes.
dysmorphic in your brain if you don't know what you really look like. We don't
Well,
look like
and
those filtered pictures. It's making us all weird. And then it's
it
making us
is.
not like what we really look like because the filter looks better than our real face. It's dysmorphic.
And then that's
Points.
creating
Yep.
more mental illness. But see
Yes.
how we're aware of this stuff, so we're kind of like, you know what, I think I'm using the internet too much. I feel like I need to go
Right.
for a walk. Like I'm just
Yeah.
like being able to and same with your kids. If you always take it from them and make it a punishment, because this is what my kids said, if you threaten us with it,
They want
I
it
feel
more.
like
They're going to
they
use it.
want it more, and then they're never going to tell you the truth,
Right.
right? They're going to hide shit from you, and a lot of times there's stuff that you need them to tell you about what happened online. But if they think you're going to take the phone, because I'd be like, that's it, it's all the phone, you know what I mean? So they don't, like, you can't take these things from them, but you can show them how to. I think we have to teach them how to self-govern. Like it's like you
Right.
have to be able to put your own cookie down and go
Yes.
Self-control.
drink a-
Everybody has lost
self-control.
self-control all over
And
the
we're not
board.
held accountable
Yes.
for any of it.
Yes, never. There's no
Yeah.
accountability.
Yeah.
There's no self-control. People are online willy frickin' nilly all day long, popping off at the mouth, saying whatever they want, being disrespectful. They've forgotten what it's like to live in the real world and act like you
Yes.
would face to face with someone,
Right.
because you would not do
You'll never
half the
say,
shit you do in person like you do online. You just wouldn't ever
Isn't
do
that
that.
funny?
Yes.
It's like almost the
It is
opposite,
true,
you
yeah.
know? Like,
They don't, and maybe that's that weirdness that you're feeling, that energy where everybody just feels like nobody gives a shit anymore. You're in the lineup and you're trying to talk to people, but
that's true
everybody's
too.
on their phone.
Yes.
Everybody's kind of sad and down, but it's probably because when they're at home, there's no connection. Everybody, it's like, let's all hang out together and ignore each other. Okay, fine. Everybody
Right.
sits around. I mean, we do it, you know what I mean? But,
We all
but
do it.
I
Yeah,
think,
to say we don't is silly. Yeah.
oh my gosh,
We
yeah,
sit
like
down at dinner though every night. We've made that
Right.
like
I'm
a
trying to
family
figure this
thing.
shit out.
We do too. We cook dinner. I cook dinner anyways.
Yeah.
I cook dinner pretty much probably 5 nights a week. And
Same.
that's the time the girls come in and help me cook and we chat. And
Yep. Yep.
It's important.
Those
I
little
mean, this
things
summer,
like traditions or yeah, go ahead.
just the connection. I agree with what you guys are saying. I think it's still,
yeah, and
there's still going to
everybody
be a
wants to.
balance.
Yeah, everybody wants to text now. If you suggest to call someone on the phone, they will flip.
The
They're like,
horror.
why would you call me if you could just text me? Well, because I
Yeah.
want to hear your voice. Like, I need to hear your voice because I read energy and I can hear in your voice
Exactly.
if something's off. Okay. Like, I will
Yeah.
immediately be like, what's up?
Yep. 2 sentences in, you can tell with a kid,
Well,
one
and
of
you
your
and remember
kids.
when we were kids too, when we were young, like when I was a teenager, you couldn't get the phone out of my hand. I slept with it. I would get in shit for being on the phone at 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
So what's the difference? Our kids are just in there. Most of the time they're in there talking to their friends, you know.
Yep.
So it's like
Yep.
one of those
Yes.
things where I've had to just simmer down a little bit and not be so
Yes.
psycho. My oldest daughter's 27, and when she was 12, that's when the phone and the Instagram came out, and I actually never let her have a phone. And she was always, Mom, you're too much. I'm the only kid that doesn't have. I was like, I don't care. I know this is an experiment, and I don't. And I was young and strong, and I held my ground. Right? I was like, no, I know that one day
It
you will
beats you down.
understand that. Well, now she's 27, and she says all her friends they have that. They can't make eye contact. They're scared for job interviews, and she's at Tim Hortons talking to everybody. And it's like she's
Nice.
weird. She gets along better with older people because she said, Mom, when I was 16, 17, 18, I never had a phone. So I was out at the barn. I was, still doing stuff where everybody else. And then when she would try to hang out with people in her early 20s, she'd say, we're all going out for coffee. They're all sitting there on their phone. And she's sitting there like, I thought we were having a coffee. Like, but they're
Right.
all, so, but then this generation, I have I have 4 children. I have a 28-year-old son and 27-year-old daughter. They're my first two little batch. And then my
Yeah.
other two are 14 and 10. They have different fathers. So,
Yep.
but
I got a
they
couple
were,
batches too.
you got a couple batches, yeah. But they lived a life like my daughter says to me, Mom, you got soft. Like, what happened? I never was allowed to have the internet. We never drank milk. Like, we were, and now I don't, am I just old and tired? But, but, but
So
this
true. My
generation,
youngest just gets away with murder compared to
oh, I gave her a sucker for breakfast. I didn't even care. I was like, here, I'll share the cake with you. We were feeding cake
I
for
know.
breakfast. I know, I really did. I was like, just live it up. But I feel like this generation, they got to have the phone and they got to have the technology and they have to. But Brea, my daughter has like $5 million worth of markers and scissors and glue
Yep.
guns.
Oh
And
man.
during
Yep.
COVID, I gave them the recycling bin. I said, here, and they became engineers. You should see the shit that they can make out of garbage and how they
Love
love to build and they still craft. So I'm okay with them. They play this little game called
Yep.
Feather Friends or something, and she's a little bird that flies around. Like it's pretty cute. It's not crazy, but again, we know, the balance. That's the guilt. It's like,
Yes,
here's the thing
Yes,
too.
the balance.
I
it's
sometimes
all
I like
about
the
that.
peace and quiet. I'll be honest. I'm like, oh,
Honestly,
listen to that.
yes.
The sound of nothing. No fighting.
Yes,
It's
it
like,
is
wow, this
nice
is
sometimes.
yeah,
I
like
mean, I
it
sat
is.
my
And
kids in front of the TV when they were little, and they all know every episode of SpongeBob. I mean,
Right.
I freaking
so
needed a
do I.
break.
Yeah.
Yep, I was in the other
Oh
room
my God.
listening, so I heard it all. But
Oh yeah, we love the SpongeBob too. Well, and look at the way the generations go. Our parents used to bitch at us about the TV, and what are our parents doing? Watching the fucking news every night, sitting there glued to the TV,
glued to it.
right?
Yep.
They are.
Glued to it, and they used to bark at us about it. So we'll probably be no different. 20 years from now, we'll be on ChatGPT with a headset, and
You
our
know,
kids will be like,
yeah.
you
I
know
go
what I
back
mean?
to
Like
my
we're
mom being right about a lot of things. I mean, I've come to value that, well, her a lot of her wisdom. I know not everybody has that relationship with their mom, but and that, it's been a challenge. But there's so many times in my head I'm like, man, my mom said that. Like she knew, she knew about the biofield without really knowing. She took us in the woods.
oh,
She exposed us to nature. She exercise was important, like moving your body, and our diet. Like we couldn't have the junky cereal, but once a week, like all this stuff that I think back on and for a long time, and even more intense stuff.
yeah,
But
you're
yeah,
lot.
and
Well,
yeah, it helped me. It helped me a lot to go back and remember that. And I've seen her get like merged in, like the way that like they worship the medical system, the elder population. That if the doctors
yeah.
say it, she's going to do it, and it hasn't. And I think that's been really negative for her health. But anyways, I don't know. It could go both ways with the previous generation.
Well, I
I don't know.
think I was that mom too. I worked as a holistic health coach for 15 years. So I was always like I was really conscientious between 20 and 40. And then I had a baby at 40 and I started drinking maple syrup when I was pregnant because I was like getting the low sugars and stuff. So, and then after 40, I thought I was so careful about my diet. And then I just, after Rhea was born, I just started to relax a little bit and eat what I want. And then COVID came and now I'm 50 and I'm like, whoa, I never did skincare and I kind of slipped up for the last few years. So I got to get back to being more conscientious about my diet and exercise. Like I know what I was all caught up in the physical stuff. And then in the last 10 years, I started to look into more of the energy stuff because that's
Yes.
pretty fascinating, right? When you're trying to heal psoriasis and you're trying to heal stuff, but it won't heal. And then you realize it's your emotional state. Sometimes it's
Right.
the stress and yeah, like all that
Yeah,
biofield practice. That's amazing. When you first learn about the chakras and that color and sound are connected and how that was way more interesting to me than food, honestly, than learning about food. But
I had
do you
a
guys
I had
ever?
a I had a healing session with Manya, Sabrina's friend Manya. And when
Oh
she
yeah,
went
yeah.
in, she saw my throat chakra was
that's amazing.
closed. And she even told me, she says, "You have a hard time speaking your truth, don't you?" And at that time, I was just starting to like speak things to like people
Hmm.
in my real life. So I'm like, yes, it is. But that stuff's real. Like they can see that.
I know.
Oh, they
That
can
blows me
see it,
away.
and well, and I think, have you guys ever used a pendulum? You can use a piece of your hair and a ring, but it's just a pendulum,
Yeah.
and you put it right in front of your heart. And if you say, I love my children, I just say things that make you feel positive, like, loving, positive things, and see what your positive energy looks like that comes off your body. Mine goes like in a circle, say, and then think about somebody you hate or something you hate and just say hate. If you just say the word hate, fuck you, I hate everything, your pendulum will stop on a dime and it will start doing what
Huh.
your negative energy field does. And
Wow.
if you use that with muscle testing, if you show somebody, I was telling Dawn yesterday, muscle testing is really cool because it's all about your energy field, right? And if you so say I
How does
wanted
that
to
work?
find
Tell
out if
me.
well, what you do is you stick your arm out like this, okay? And the way that I would do it to you is I would say, Dawn, stick your arm out and tell me the truth. Tell me a truthful statement, as in, my name is Dawn. And when I push down on your hand, I want you to resist my push, and I'm going to try to push it down. When she says, my name is Dawn, and I push on her hand, it won't go down because she's strong, because she's telling the truth. Her energy is positive. She's telling the truth. Then I say, now tell me a lie. Say my name is Mike. My name is Mike, and if I push her hand down, it'll go right down. So you can apply it to anything. If she lies, if she says things that are negative or positive, her
Interesting.
biofield, her energy field goes weak. As soon as you hate something, you're weak. As soon as you hold, like tomatoes say, tomatoes don't agree with me. If I hold a tomato next to me and I put my arm out and I ask you to just push my arm down, if the biofield of the tomato doesn't, mix with mine, I don't really know how to explain it, then
No,
it
I get
fucks up
it.
it fucks up your electrical field, right? And then your
Yeah.
arm will go down. So muscle testing is your electrical field, and how
Okay.
even your thoughts, like your thoughts will make you weak. So be aware of what you're thinking, be aware of what you're saying, because like doing the muscle testing thing is really cool. Get somebody
I'll try
to do
that.
it with
Yeah.
you. Well, and it's cool with your kids, because guess what? It works even if with your thoughts. So if I put my arm out and I just say hate, 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 and I say it in my head, my arm will still go down. So you can't escape it. Like, just because you're not saying it out loud doesn't mean your biofield
Wow.
doesn't know. So your
Mm,
energy field is very much built up.
doesn't
It's all
lie.
your I have a friend. She's a professional psychic, medium. Her name's Patricia Mona. She's amazing. She's the real deal, and
Oh,
she
I know
says
her.
things.
I listened to her
Do you listen to her?
during.
Oh yeah, I love her. She's amazing. She's amazing, and she's told me she can see your thoughts are all around you in your field. So when she does readings and people come sit with her, she's not, it's not a psychic thing. It's just that her biofield connects to
She's
yours,
tuned
and
in.
she can tune right in, and then you know what I mean. It's all there. Your body language, your facial expressions are all a result of everything you've been thinking and didn't
Right.
say. Even the things you say. You know what I mean? Like, you wear your thoughts in your posture and your everything. So
Right.
it's important. If we Have you guys ever tried to do the piloerection? Have you ever tried it, or have you ever been able to do it?
I can
I
do it.
can, I can, but I can't do it like Sabrina, like at will. I have
Right. No,
to,
same.
it takes me
Okay.
a little bit of practice to get my pilo. Except sometimes when I'm in my kitchen, it will just come up all the time. But
Really.
Okay.
only in my
Have
kitchen.
I
I
was
can't.
I've been trying. I mean, I've ever since she was talking about it. It took me almost 2 years before one day I seen her in a video, and she did this. She patted her arms down first,
Yep.
like
Right.
that. But it was more. I started looking at it as the Taurus field all around you. And when she
Right.
says your heart fire, your energy, you're pulling. You're gonna, like, if you suck everything in and you uh, start taking deep breaths. I don't. This is what worked for me, was
Hmm.
pulling it in, like feeling like I'm pulling all the energy in and pulling it in, and taking deep breaths and making this energy ball like this as you're pulling it in, going like that. And as I just got like a little shiver, and as you pull it in and then blow out, and it was like whoo, and it was almost like, I don't know. I can't do it every time,
I can
but I
feel it
feel
in
like
my arm. I can feel this just from you
Yeah,
talking.
I
I can
know.
feel the energy on me.
just pump it in
Yes.
like this, like pump your hands and make a ball and pull
Yes.
it and then pump it, and imagine it shooting out your heart and making your Taurus field right huge, like as if you're gonna, when you drag a mouse across the screen, I imagine making my whole field, like as if it's gonna encompass the whole universe, you know what I mean, and pull. I don't
Mhm.
know, I just, whatever, the
I
breathing, I
love
think,
that.
and and
That
and
your
touching your,
explanation of it.
well, pat your arms down. Try pat, like, if you tickle your legs, like just do that little thing up your legs, and then I patted my arms down, and then I just did the breathing, and when you pull in really tight, almost like you're gonna suck in, you know what I mean? And then almost make yourself go woo like that. I don't know. It just seemed. I explained it to a friend over the phone, and she said she did it just like that.
Really.
Yeah, she tried. So I don't know. And again, sometimes I know
My
music, or
husband can pilo at will. Like
Really.
he
You said
just,
that to me. Yep.
yeah,
and he
he
rubs it
does
in her
it.
face too.
He breathes in and he just goes bam. I'm like, and he doesn't
And then he
even know
takes a
what it
picture.
is. Yeah, doesn't even know what it is. I'm like,
Figures, right? You know.
that's just some bull right there.
I roll.
Well, I think I always had this question. When I sneeze, you guys, it's bad. Like, I'll take you out. Like, I'll take the windows out. My family
Pretty
ducks.
violent.
They're like, oh my God. And I hold myself so I don't pee. I have to like embrace this. It's gonna be like, I'll come undone. I'm swearing on. And when I sneeze, it's so loud, but I go into instant. My
Milo.
goosebumps are crazy. And I've always had these crazy sneezes, but I always felt, because I don't get sick. I have a crazy, I rarely get sick. Like
Not good.
I'd have a great immune system. And I always thought that my sneeze was so loud that it shattered the germ. Do you know what I mean? I thought that was
Perhaps.
what I thought that, but I think what it is that I was piloerecting. Every time I sneeze, it's because something's coming in. And my body
Right.
goes, achoo, piloerects, and it just attacks it and it must zap it or something. But when I was a kid, I was embarrassed of my sneeze because it was too much, right? It almost sounds like I'm being dramatic, right? Like, "Ah." but but then
Right.
I felt like my ribs were going to blow off or I was going to break my neck if I if I didn't let it out. So everybody in my family knows. I warn them. I'm like, here it comes. But that what it feels like is that I'm
Girl,
like I'm oh it's like an H bomb, man. But
that's
I can
funny.
and now I think it's right cool. I take pictures of my goosebumps all the time. I'm like, but I know, but I wish I could do it more regularly, except for sneezing. But it is something I feel like that's one thing as moms, and just it comes with meditating. It just comes with going for meditating. I used to think was humming and stuff, but it's really not. It's just being peaceful, going out into
Yep.
nature, whatever you
Right.
like to do. Play an instrument, read, whatever. I like to touch soft fuzzy blankets and sit
Right.
down. You know what I
Right.
mean? Yeah, yeah. Whatever makes you feel. But
Yeah,
I
not to
think
change the topic, but how about the mom guilt? I think we've kind of covered it intertwining throughout the conversation, but maybe a little more like how they really prey on. I've said that. I hate to keep using that terminology, but it works for me. Um, it's almost like a double bind in terms of what's going on with the biodigital convergence and yeah, and how they not only are we subject to not really knowing where the line is in terms of showing our kids the tech
mm,
and hope and setting guidelines, but then there's the whole keeping up with the I don't do that so much anymore, but keeping up with the other moms and
Right.
where and that's not even a really good example of what I'm trying to get across, but maybe one of you guys can jump on that and take it
It's
for a
like
run.
remember when they first came out with the what were the goggle things that
The
people
VR
wear? And
stuff.
yes, my
yeah.
Oculus, yeah.
kids, my kids were like, I want those, and I'm like, nah, we're not
Yeah.
ever. And every Christmas, that's all I want. Well, I guess Santa's not bringing that. I mean, we didn't really do Santa, so they knew they knew Santa didn't
Wow, good for
exist.
you.
They knew Santa didn't exist, but I would always say, well, Santa ain't bringing you those. And, or like
Yeah.
the wireless earbuds all the
Yep.
time. I want those. I want those. And sorry, we can't
Wow,
have them.
Don,
You got
that's
to
good.
have the old school plug-in ones. And
I
Yeah,
think
none of my
I
kids
bet you
use the wireless ones.
my kids have those big, huge ones, those big ones, and they plug them in, but they do use the Bluetooth ones, but they're the
Yeah.
big ones. I've tried those little ones. They're garbage. They literally burn my ears on fire. My ears literally will heat up, and now I know, but it's literally like a microwave in my head. So, did you see the new earbuds that Apple has that can read your brain waves? That can read your thoughts?
Uh, yeah.
Mm.
And you
Did you
see
see the new?
everyone walks around with them. Like, you cannot go anywhere with the people are like, sometimes I think the people are talking to me and they're not. They got the earbuds in and they're
Right?
just
Oh,
talking.
oh my gosh. Yes. Like in the convenience store I go in. Now I know that's what it is. The guy in there is like constantly talking and like I'll say, like try to join in his conversation.
I know. And they're like, oh, you're oops, sorry.
I know. I'm
Back in.
like, don't mind me. I'm just a human being here
Well,
trying to buy
I
something
know.
in your store.
he's over here talking to himself. Well, I
Yeah,
think
right.
it
Exactly.
it starts to become normal to all of them. I've noticed that all the teenagers,
That
they got
normalization.
one earphone in at all times.
Yes, at all times, always
I mean, and it kind
connected.
of looks like you're ignoring everybody too, which is kind of cool for them. But
That
yeah,
part I have to say is not when, yeah, as an
when
introvert or
COVID happened, I wore
Yeah,
earphones all the time when I would go to the store because I didn't wear a mask, and it was
same.
scary. It wasn't scary, but it was stressful. In the end, I started to feel like, God, like I just want to go in somewhere without it feeling like I have to, I didn't fight with anybody. I had a good one-liner that I used, and it seemed to calm everybody down. I said that I had a medical exemption. Thanks for accepting that, and they would be like, oh, okay, and then I just
Oh, I
walked
bet that
away.
shut
I
people
mean,
right
like,
up.
I was like,
Yes.
thanks for accepting my medical exception, and yeah, it was just nice about it. Nice earrings, and then I just would go in because I didn't want to fight. I just wanted to just to you know same reason. We all knew what
Yep.
was going on, but yeah, the
It's like when
kids.
you'd go in Target during COVID and they had like a whole thing of masks that they kept at the door, and
Right.
you'd come walking in with no mask, and the girl would always be like, "Hey,
So happy.
can I offer you a mask?" And I'd be like,
That's
"Oh no, thank you," and keep
No,
walking.
I'm
And
good.
their jaw would drop. They'd be
I
like,
forgot about that.
"It's
Yep.
like," because
And my
Oh,
kids would be so embarrassed of me. They would
oh,
be
I
like,
know.
"Mom,"
Yes.
like, yeah,
my
even
kids
my
were 6 and
partner.
9. So I made them, they didn't wear a mask either. So, and they're like, Mommy, are you sure? Are you sure? I'm like, just hold my hand and walk with me. And we walked with our head held up, and they were too little to really like to question
To
me.
pick
So
up
they
on,
just did
yeah.
whatever I did. But I'm very polite. I never had too many issues. I had a few, but let's just be
So
glad
much
that
of it
part's over.
depends on how you carry yourself. I really believe that. Like, even interacting with in the system, I have to go into the medical system a lot, and there's humans in there, and if you're nice to them and you respect the fact that they're trying to
Yes,
make a living, and
yes.
not 100% out to get you, uh, it'll go a little
Well,
easier. Not that we want it to go easy necessarily, but well,
you have to keep your enemies closer. You can't be molten off to them and
so
get them
true.
after you because they can. I personally, without getting into it, but I watched during COVID a mother that wanted to be the donor of a blood transfusion to her child, and because he had a rare health issue, and the hospital said no, he has to have a blood transfusion tomorrow, and if you take him out of this hospital, because she said, well, what if I leave and go get a second opinion? Like, I don't want, because she didn't want him to have vaccinated blood from the back, from the blood banks,
Yeah.
right? This was in 2022. So she put up a stink. I went to the hospital to support her, to be there with her, and I listened and I watched. And the hospital said to her that if you leave with your son, you know that we'll have to take alternate measures, and you know what those are. And she said, "What? You'll arrest me and take my child, and CPS will come?" And they said, and they just nodded and said, "Yes." There's actually a CPS worker and like a judge or a lawyer that work in the basement of the children's hospital. So if parents refuse treatment that the doctor feels is life necessary, which they deem his hemoglobin was low, but his hemoglobin was always low. So anyway, this friend of mine, she predicted in her heart, she's like, I know this is it. He'll get blood clots. This is it. And he literally did die 3 months later of like an aneurysm or a heart attack. He just died in her arms. He just
Oh,
like, and I know, and I'm serious. Like I know other people in Canada who have wanted to refuse chemo treatments and cancer treatments, and they were told, if you take your child and don't do this, CPS will come get your kid, and they're still going to get the treatment, but without you. So take your pick. Like you don't
It's
want to go into hospitals. Like I don't. My daughter's 14. We just went to the doctor like this year for the first time in 10 years. Like the best thing
oh
you
yeah.
could do is
You,
understand the human body and how to heal yourself. I've always been
right.
into like I got all this, that was my biggest thing. I remember 20 years ago I saw how disease and cancer was out of control, and I didn't trust the medical system, so I thought you better learn how to fix your shit. So,
you've been
but yeah,
seeing
no,
this a long time then.
I seen it, and that's what a lot of the freedom people, when the COVID first came out, they were all holistic people that knew that big pharma was just all about money. So when they took
Yes.
over the world, and even with the vaccines, I mean, I I started researching in 2013 or 14 because I had had a baby in 2011, right? It was all new. My other kids are almost 30. I never thought about vaccines again, but then here I am pregnant in 2010 and 2014 and all this talk, right? And being the kind of people that we are, I had to look at both sides because I'm like, why would doctors and all these people lose their careers and jobs and be ostracized? Like I'm kind of thinking I'm going to listen to them, like not going to follow the guys that get all the money. So that's what intrigued me and pulled me into the vaccine rabbit holes, was how
Okay.
so many doctors were saying these things. And then, so by the time 2020 came around, if you, and that's when I found RFK Jr. was 2014, and he was doing great things. He started,
Yeah.
but I think, look at him. If any of these fucking guys have been in politics for 50 years and their families and whatever, they're probably actors planted there to be part of the giant 300-year massive
Right.
plan. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
that's what I'm saying. Like, Kennedy has a way to subdue all the anti-vaxxers. He's got them all
Oh
relaxed now.
man.
And then
He
if you
does.
believe, like I always thought Trump and his warp speed. It's the most perfect
Right.
vaccine. It's amazing. It's tremendous. And it's told,
Yes.
if it wasn't for me.
I used to have a big Trump flag, and I mean,
We used to,
pre 2020, it was like 2000 pre 2020,
pre
pro-Trump,
2020, it was like a
you
comic
know.
show.
Yeah,
It was
I mean,
See,
yeah.
I was
comedians.
so liberal back then. You
Oh,
wouldn't have
we
recognized me.
I was in the
Oh,
Patriot movement back then, pro-Trump,
yeah.
pro everything, but warp speed, once that happened, it was like,
Yeah.
wait a minute.
Is that
me out.
okay?
Wait a minute.
Wait a
Yeah.
minute. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm out.
Well,
Kind of thing.
what got me with Trump back in 2017 or whatever it was, is when he said, "And you're fake news." And I was like, did he just, because I never watched the news. I haven't had a TV. And I think that's another common thing with all of us freedom truth people, is that I turned cable TV off in like 1998 when I became a single mom. I had to reduce expenses, and cable was the first to go, and I never went back. And my older kids, again, so we grew up with we never had TV. We watched movies. I let them watch South Park, which probably wasn't.
Well, that's
looking back, I did-
educational.
It kind of is, you know what I mean? Now, looking back now, I did. 'Cause
What
I
did
was
my son
25.
said
I was
about
like,
it? They make fun,
"Oh,
or
it's a cartoon."
they make fun of anything that doesn't make sense. You know.
Well, it was because we didn't have a TV. I only had box sets and DVDs, so I'd let them watch certain, SpongeBob. We had movies, but so we grew up like, if you're living in the last 25 years and you haven't had a TV in your house with the news barking in the background. I used to go to, like, work events, and I didn't understand what everybody was going on about, all those shows and stuff, and I wasn't scared of the things that they were scared of, and I thought maybe I don't need TV. I used to feel guilty, like in the beginning, because my kids are like, "Mom, we
Your
don't
mom
even
did.
know when there's a hurricane. We don't know when there's nothing. We don't even know. We're the only people. Like, everybody has a TV. Why don't we have this?" I was like, guys, one day, really, it's because I was poor at the time. I didn't realize I was being, that in the future I would be like, that was cool. Yeah, I just did it because I
You never knew
eventually
it would be
figured it
cool.
out. I did it because I
Wow.
was poor at first, because I couldn't afford cable. But then I realized I didn't miss anything. Same with not giving my kid a phone. I just felt like there was something weird about it, and I stopped
Your
letting them get the
intuition.
vaccine. Well, and this was before I knew nothing. All you need to know,
Really.
you don't even need to know the technical stuff. You just got to listen to your gut. And I think that's a big part of what's not happening anymore. People don't,
And they
like,
hijack
isn't
our
it nice?
guts. They hijack
They
our
hijack your
guts. I
gut
mean,
and
I
your
was on a
brain.
bunch of meds, and I had no idea about it. I feel like it really disconnected me from that intuition. All my kids are, completely vaccinated,
Mhm.
and I didn't really wake up to it till like 2019, 2018. I mean, I knew some pieces of it. Like, I knew about
Yeah.
health and the physical stuff, but wow, I
What
think there's a
a
lot of us.
crazy, it's crazy, isn't it? Like, you almost need, like, time off. Like, you need counseling. Like, you need to find people to talk to
Right.
process all this. Like, I've been processing it
100%.
over 25 years, and it first started with the medical field, and I thought, oh my God, this is terrible. Then you find out the financial system's corrupt, and you find out everything is all, it's all, but
Yep,
you can't
everything's a
let it
lie.
destroy you. Well, everything that we've
Right.
thought, yeah,
Right.
but you can't let it take you out. You can't let it stop
Right.
you from
We
going to the
still have
beach,
to
smelling the
we still have to
flowers,
live
and
our lives every day, and we have to live in the system. Like, everyone keeps saying, leave the system. Go ahead, take off, go to the woods, leave, don't
Yeah.
partake in anything. Okay, buddy, you
know,
go do that. Go live in the woods. Don't use any electricity, any internet. Do that. How
they
do you
still
make
got you.
how do you make, like, you still have to have money to survive. Like, how do you
Right.
just go? I'm sorry,
and a
I
lot
don't
of
want to
people
live in a
that
tent. I like
No,
having a house. I like a
I
roof
like
over
indoor
my head.
plumbing. I have to say, I do.
Right.
I like
I do
beef.
too. I don't
Yeah.
even freaking go camping in a tent. Okay. I don't want to go camping in a tent. It's not my thing. So,
No, I
I mean,
And I
I
don't want
need
to
a
live in
go
my
outside,
car
like-
either. I really
all
don't.
right. I don't either. Like, I'm sorry. I want the in between where I still have body autonomy and can still kind of, I mean,
Absolutely.
it seems
Well,
absolutely insane to think that we would be forced to either 100% comply or die. I mean, where is the in between?
Exactly.
well, do you think, as this is moving out, like when it comes to, say, nowadays, I know, you meet an 85-year-old lady and she's like, "Can you cash my check for me?" And we're like, "Okay, sure, I'll cash your check," even though nobody cashes checks anymore. You know what I mean? So I think I think I have to believe that there is still going to be there's always the good guys working overtime and you don't see them. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like there's always
Even
going to
some of
be
the people maybe that we're fighting with online, and the people are like, "Don't you see? He's bad. They're bad." We don't
Right.
know that. We
No,
don't
that's a
know.
good point. I know.
Maybe they have to play with the bad guys for what they're doing. We don't know. Like, we
We
really
don't.
well,
don't know.
we gotta step back and watch them fight and then wonder what's not being said.
What's
What
what's
what
not being
is
said.
you know what I
Right.
mean? Like the elites create the checkerboard. They don't play. They're not a black or white pawn on the board. They're the board. They create the board. You know what I mean? You don't
Yeah.
have to be fighting with people. You can just step away and watch and see how you're being roped in. That's what I feel like
Right.
is I've been noticing lately all that stuff where I'm like, Jesus, like they really are showing me all this shit on here. And am I really, is this really what I think? Is this really what I want to feel right now? Do
Yeah.
I really want to, you know what I mean? Like we got to
They
be,
want
I'm
us
the
fighting
observer
about
of it.
everything.
Yep.
It's so bad. I mean, we fight if, oh, you wear makeup, I don't like makeup. Now that's a fight. We can't be friends because I'm not like you. I mean, it's
You
you're a
don't drink
you're a
glass water.
stay right, you're a stay-at-home mom. I can't be friends with you. I'm a working mom. I mean, it's just everything is like, it doesn't
Every
have
way
to be
possible.
one or the other. I can like you, like Jill, you don't wear makeup. I freaking love you. I wear makeup. We're good friends. You know, like we're not exactly alike, but we have a lot of similarities. Why
but you're
can't
not
we
going to
go
fight
back?
about it.
Right? Why can't
That's
we go back to just accepting people
Sitting
and
around the
well,
kitchen
maybe.
table talking to each other.
getting to know people. How about we do that?
How
Let's
about it?
get to
Well,
know
I
people.
think that's what is that is what's happening is everybody's just fighting all the time, arguing, dividing, and then they're not aware that they're being scripted and manipulated. You know
Right.
what I mean? Everything you
Right.
did is even there's books out that say 95% of your thoughts are just on repeat from yesterday. So if they can take 5% of our shit and make us, you know what I mean? They know how to get me mad. They know how to get you mad. They know from your emojis. They know from your heartbeat. They know everything that we're doing every day on a regular basis. So if they can keep us controlled and obedient in that little loop, but maybe we don't want to be in that angry loop. I don't want to fight with my whoever every day. And then start realizing, well, maybe what content are you watching on your phone? What kind of music are you listening to? What podcasts are you listening to? Who are you hanging around with? I seen a thing where they were talking about the 6G, saying, we know the 6G is the bodies
It's
connected,
the body.
but they called it something like a behavior cluster, where they're going to start grouping you together with people that are like you and you're going to mirror each other. So if they're angry, you're angry. That's how they're going to, you know what I mean?
Oh
So you got to
boy.
start being aware of the conversations you're getting sucked into. Like, am I being sucked into this? Do I even want to have this
Right.
conversation? Look at all these angry people. Why am I being surrounded? Dawn, like when you and I were saying at the grocery store, do you notice that when you go to the lineup and you go out to your car, the person that was in the lineup beside you is also beside you in your car? And then you'll
You
start
just went
seeing this
off the
person,
screen for a minute, but I know what you're talking about.
like,
Yeah. Yeah,
do you know what I mean? Like they're clustering us. Behavior, all the people that smoke and think this way and do that way, are they all thinking at the same time? I need a chocolate bar because I'm
it's
whatever. I'm
like
gonna go to
getting
the
us
gas
into
station.
more and more groups, more and more
They're
like
putting right. That's
special
how they're
interest
that's
groups, kind of.
right. These people
Yes.
like that might be suggested for you. Well, this guy popped up on my Facebook and it was my neighbor. And I've lived here for 5 years. I never seen it, but he walked by my house that morning. He walked by my house. So he came up on my thing as a suggestion. And then I saw him later that day and I thought, geez, that's weird. Like, so the people, when you go to the grocery store, whoever you're around,
I
right?
gotta check
And
that
if,
out
and,
more.
and, and let's just say like it's a high emotional state that day. There's been a big event and everybody's emotional. Do you know what I mean? Like when
Yep.
you're out in the traffic that day, is that the day? Like here in Nova Scotia, one person gets stabbed, 10 people get stabbed. Is this like you know what I'm saying? It's everybody because it's the mimicking. It's everybody's mirroring each other. So if you get everybody angry, that's a good way to keep everybody angry is send a dog in that bites everybody and everybody will bite back and that's where we got to
Yep.
pull ourselves out of this and go, wait a minute, wait a minute, this is that feeling. I'm angry, I'm pissed off, and this has been more than 10 minutes. So am I really like, yeah, that's why small talk and hanging out with people you don't know is starting to become draining and weird because they're always bitching about everything you find. You know what I mean? Because the news, it's all about Trump. So many times
Wow.
when I'm at work, they want to talk. They bite me with the like, so what do you think of this Trump? I'm like, you know what? All I know
Trying
is that
to
I'm
egg you on.
not
Hey,
fighting
can
with
you hear
nobody
me
about it
without
today.
my headphones plugged in? Okay,
Yep.
because my
Yep.
battery died on my it's dying on my phone. I had to plug it in.
And you had to plug your little things in. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Me
have an
too.
old
Yeah.
phone and my battery doesn't stay charged for anything.
Actually,
Yeah.
mine's doing pretty
Yeah, I
good,
can hear you fine.
surprisingly, but but yeah,
Yeah.
I
I
feel
brought
I
my
feel like I
charger.
I got sucked into a lot of fights because I wasn't paying attention to the whole
Oh, me too.
the energy
Me
of
too.
what's really going on behind these conversations. Do you know what I mean? And
That's a
I'm
really
just
good idea too to kind of assess and to be aware of be aware of your internal state. It requires, your being in touch with your
yeah.
body at least enough to know what you're feeling. And
Well, and it's like, did I even want to feel that? Because sometimes I'm on the Facebook and like this meme will come up, it'll piss me off. It'll be something about the whatever. And I'm
oh,
like, wait a minute.
totally.
And
Yes,
I'm about to be
instantly you're
angry at
like,
it.
I have to
"Ugh."
stop right
Yeah,
what I'm doing and write that comment right away.
Yes, that's
right.
it.
No matter if
Break
my
the
kid is screaming or like some crisis is going on,
yeah.
it's like I can't do anything else. I'm held hostage till I freaking write that comment and I'll be in the middle of
Yes.
it and so focused on it
Oh yeah.
that like
Almost
my
about
kids would be like pulling me away. Yeah,
I'm about to crash into a pole and I have to be
exactly.
like,
Oh, I
fuck
have to finish
you.
it.
I know. I know. But it's just I think this is the early stages of it. We're starting to see how much because I know that they're using frequencies. Like this is a frequency word, yes, but it's the frequency of the energy that's created from the
Yeah.
video when you watch it in your heart. It goes, oh, am I going, oh, that's so cute? Am I saying, oh, fuck that? Do you know what I mean? And then when you go to talk to somebody later that day, you're going to want to start an argument to keep that low
That
energy,
charge.
hateful vibe going. Right. The whole, yeah. So I think if we just start, just taking note all the time and stop. If you don't want to have things following you, then don't, I like Dawn's stuff and your stuff, but I've noticed when I'm on anything, I stopped liking and commenting because they'll just come into your feeds and they'll give you
Right,
more of that
Same.
shit.
right.
And
You have to be very selective about what you're
that's what's
looking
sucking
at.
up our time. Oh yeah, I'm doing all these stupid tests and I'm signing up for this shit. It's an online. It's going to make my ADHD better. I'm like, wait a minute. I always have to pay
Yeah, I do
$20
that.
and I just wasted another fucking hour and here I go. So
Yeah, this
yeah.
is great
Oh
just
yeah.
talking about these things because like I've learned like just the each of us sharing, and um how we're seeing it coming
We're
about
all
is
getting sucked in because they know what they're doing. I
yep.
mean, this is powerful shit, right? So it's like, wait a minute. When everybody talks about how do you break out of the matrix, I think it's the awareness. You got to be aware of what it is and how they're playing you and how they're trying to rob you of your time. They want you to be on your phone at all time and they want you to be angry, any kind of negative emotion. So if you start being aware that that's happening to you, it's time to put the phone down, go for a walk or just go call your friend, go ask your kid what they're
Yep.
doing. Do you know what I mean? Like just something
Just
because I love
do
you guys. I
something.
know you're all information gatherers. Like we all love research. We love to learn. We're like learnies. Like
It's
little.
amazing what you can learn,
Oh my god! Ever since
these
the
days.
audiobooks and you can put headphones in, because I love doing listening to stuff while I'm doing shit, and
Yes, me
especially over
too.
the last few years,
Listening to
listening to all those.
Sabrina's videos, I'll be out cutting the
Oh,
grass, listening to Sabrina's
dude,
live.
I got like 6 hours lined up last
Wait, I
summer
gotta
of
stop and
Sabrina
chat.
videos. Oh my
Yes.
god, I clean houses. That's what I do. I have a little. I go clean. I do my
Awesome.
little. Whoops, I'm back. Just back. There we go.
There you are.
Yeah, I had to go back to work. Like it was too expensive here. So I was like, you know what? I want to just do something simple and I don't
Yep.
want to talk to people.
On your
So
own
I clean
terms.
and I listen like fuck, I have hours, like hours, because I got hours a day to just listen and clean and do my thing. So I definitely use my work time as the learning time. But
That's
I
awesome.
also have realized that I use the phone and learning as a way of that's like my excuse to get on there. Do you know what I'm saying? Like instead of me just remembering shit and going and applying a lot of the stuff I've learned, or I'm, I think we get a dopamine from learning new things.
Yes, from
Do you know
the
what I'm saying? Like
research.
yes, like when I
Definitely.
was,
It's like
oh my God,
digging for
yeah,
gold.
yeah. Well, it's such a exhilarating. A lot of those videos, every time you would learn them, and she would explain what is really going on, it was like whoa. And then remember when her channel went down a few times? I was sad. I felt like, oh, wait a minute.
What are
I
we
had
gonna
nothing to
do?
look forward
Oh my
I
to.
God.
know. There's not a
I
new
know. It's
video.
like, wait a
Oh my
minute.
God.
You have to
I
come
feel
back.
like,
Um,
yeah, and I think it's so she's so human that like it's like this, like
it's
we're
so
having these
educational.
conversations
Yes.
with
Well, I
each
love her
other, and
humor too. She makes me
yes,
laugh. Like I find, I really, yeah, I love how she explains things too. And I don't, I'm not offended. You know, you and I, we all get the anger. It's not about she's
oh
pissed
gosh,
at the
I
people that.
appreciated it. I
Oh, I
appreciated it
appreciate it. I
more
love it.
than
I can't
like any
believe
other
people
person
think that
out
she's
there.
so angry because I don't get like that she's so angry because I actually feel like I'm more angry
Yeah,
than
no.
she is
Oh yeah,
about a
me
lot
too.
of
Her anger's directed
Way
at those
angrier.
fucks that knew what was going on and they never said anything. That's who she's always, you know, when she
It's
says stuff that.
righteous to me. I
Oh
mean,
God,
it's
yeah.
to use that terminology, it's righteous
because
anger. And I have that. And I've had people say to me, you know, you're angry. And I'm like, well, there's a reason why. I have to look at these things every day and sit with
right.
this. You know, am I supposed to just push that away? I mean, I understand that I can't live there, but I certainly am not
Yeah.
going to bypass it anymore. I've
Because
done
they
enough of that.
gaslight us like that. They
Yeah.
want us to not be angry anymore. It's part of the gaslighting. If you speak up about something, if you see something that's suspicious and you speak up and say, "Hey, guys, do you see what's going on? This is suspicious." Everybody comes out and they're like, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa.
Be
Calm
nice.
down. Maybe don't you see it, Jill. You
I
know, it's
do.
done to us all the time." And you're like,
Yeah.
"You're gaslighting me." No. It's
Well, they're
Right.
just
suspicious.
trying
If
to,
you have a
they're
strong
trying to,
feeling, there's a reason for it.
Right.
right. And
It
but they
doesn't
want
just
us
come
to
out of
start to
nowhere.
question everything that we thought was real. They want us to question that, and
Yes.
then you start to question. They want us all really what we've always been watching for too is they're going to try to turn you against your people that you look up to. So we you know we look up to Sabrina. She's like our teacher. So they're going to try to come up with
You're going
things
to
to
order
get us
that. Yep.
to right. So beware if they ever try to do that. Which there was
They do it
crazy
all the
stuff
time. There's a lot of
happening last year with her.
influencers that a lot of people like that I
Yep.
have caught them saying many nasty things about Sabrina. They go in the comments and they call her, they say that she's mentally unwell. They go in people's DMs and say things
Yeah.
about Sabrina to them and say, "Oh, this person psychoanalyzed her and they said that she is unwell." It's like, come on.
Jeez, oh, I know.
That
Yeah,
person,
that's
were-
credible.
those
Here's the
accounts,
white
I will
paper.
never trust that person again.
They were selling fucking EMF shit, and they found a group of people in your Facebook, Dawn, 20,000 people that are all aware of what EMFs are. So you had all those EMF peddling people coming in with the bracelets and the necklaces and all the shit, right?
I got,
Yeah.
Right.
I
Yeah.
got the bamboozle.
That's
Oh,
the
yeah,
other
that's what-
piece. Yeah, they move in with their products, you know, because they see that, you know, maybe she's in this
They're like,
space or
"Oh."
whatever.
Look at well, yeah, they're taught how to do it on Facebook. They go look for these big groups with like 15,000 people that they can throw their product in because they know that everybody in a biodigital convergence awareness group is going to be looking for ways to protect ourselves from it. But there really
What do
is
we
not
do?
really. Yeah, but
What
they're
do I
all
do?
horseshit.
What do I
Could
eat?
you
What do I
imagine?
drink? Tell me,
Putting on a
please.
little necklace that's going to fix everything. Like, I
Dude,
know.
I bought the
There we
freaking
go.
little necklace. I bought the
Oh,
little
I did
necklace.
too.
Oh,
Oh,
I
I
bought
had one
stuff.
too.
Are you kidding me? Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah, I got
I had
stuff
that
in.
wand, that water wand thing, analemma. I had that.
Oh, the terahertz one? Or
No,
the
it wasn't a terahertz wand. It was a glass thing. You're supposed to stir your water, and it makes structured water. And you know, maybe there's
oh,
some truth to it. I
okay.
don't know. It was, but I bought a lot of different products.
Yeah,
It's
well,
endless. Like
I'm
because we only have one income, I could never buy all the products because
Right,
you know
not that many.
we live off one income.
Right.
So I was always upset constantly.
Right. So
Damn
then
it,
you're always
I
like
need to get a
lacking.
job just so I can afford all these products.
well, you know what? I have a friend, and he sent me a picture. He took tinfoil and cardboard, and he made himself a phone case out of tinfoil. And I don't know, like do you guys have one of those EMF readers that you can go around your house and put it up to
I
everything
had
and
one
see?
for a little bit,
I
but
don't, but
It's kind
I've
of cool
heard
because
about that.
you can
Yes.
see how crazy, like your phone is crazy. Like when the phone rings,
I don't
fuck
think
yeah,
I
look
want to
out. It's like
know, but
you don't really want to know. No,
especially
it's
charging
crazy.
it. I know when you're charging it, it's really bad.
And when you're on it, because right now we're connected through the sat or
Yes.
whatever, like when, but just going around your house and just I had it because I have
Can you see
Wi-Fi, so I wanted to.
comments, Jill? Are those comments on there?
I see somebody reposted. Oh, that's my friend. One of my friends reposted, and then Red Pill Lass on reposted as well. So I can see that. I don't see any comments. I see that 138 people are watching, or at least that's what it says in this little thing
Yeah, I do see that.
on
I see the
X.
130. I don't
Two
see
on
comments or
Facebook.
anything either. Or
But I tagged you, Dawn, on Facebook. I tagged you at the beginning,
okay.
and you, Kelly, with the stream. So at least you'll be
It's a
able to find
okay.
it, even though probably not that many people watched. And thank you to everybody out there watching us. And we hope to do better in terms of being able to respond to comments. And we'll get on Dawn's feeds. We'll figure it all out. So not that I have to. Oh yeah, I could put that on the screen. Not that we have to. We can wrap it up whenever you guys want to, but I just did want to make sure that
This
I
was so
thanked
good,
everybody.
Kelly. Thank you. I told you Kelly
Yes.
was awesome.
It was really fun, really fun, and
Thanks for having me on here. I really appreciate it. I know I talk like I'm sorry. I know I interrupt, and I'm like,
No,
oh,
Kelly, you're awesome. I mean, if anybody would be
absolutely
upset
perfect.
about you interrupting when you're a wealth of knowledge, that's silly. I mean, please keep talking because you know a lot and you're interesting.
it's one of my, it's
I
always my
enjoyed
thing.
it, and I learned a
Try not to
lot.
interrupt. I get excited, and it's like, but
But that's what I like, and that's what we need. This is human interaction right
Are we
here.
not supposed
This
to
is how
interrupt
it
each other?
works. This
Yeah.
is heart
I
fire right here.
this is hard. Well, I think we should start practicing the the bio, like getting ourselves to pilo erect and doing your. Do you guys see I have a trampoline here on my deck. I don't know if you can see it.
I
see
want to
it.
get one of
Me
those.
My little
I want to
trampoline.
get one.
And then, do you guys like to do karaoke and shit? Do you like doing?
Yes.
Because we could.
When
I
I've had a
I
few
set up my
pops.
little. I set my little thing up. I have my.
Kelly, your
my
place is awesome. Your house
I have
is
my
freaking
drums.
awesome.
I got my big speaker and my piano, and then this is the craft table here
Oh my
with all
gosh.
the stuff, so we can sit, look out the window, and we can sing.
Like
Here
we
we
all
go.
get on our own.
I wish we could all have like a synergy retreat.
I
where
know.
everybody could-
I don't
you
even
guys
want
could-
to go to Canada, but Kelly makes me want to go to Canada now.
Dude,
Definitely.
you guys could come to my house here on the beach. I have a nice.
I gotta go
It's
get
like-
my passport now so I can go.
You
visit
guys,
Kelly
it would
in
be.
Canada.
I have
I
enough
would.
room.
My husband would go play golf, and he would drop me
See?
off. 'Cause
Oh, there's amazing golf courses here.
He
I live
played
right
up there.
on a
Yeah.
I mean, look at your
Oh.
look at your view. Holy shit, Kelly.
right over the grass is a white sandy beach, homies, and it's like it's next level. I mean, it's
Yeah,
like
your beach
beautiful right now.
shots.
Yeah,
Everybody
those
should
pictures
follow
are.
you for that.
It's
like,
beautiful. I'm very blessed and grateful that I live here. I've only been here since COVID, since 2021, when I moved out of the city because I hated everyone. Well, not because I hated everyone, but because I didn't want to be. I lived in a subdivision where I had signs in my window that said, you know, the World Health Organization or Nazis and shit. I had that in my window, so it was like the kids were like, "Mom, you got to calm down." But anyway, now that we moved out here, uh, now that we lived out here, lots of healing has happened. And check this out. See this big white quartz crystal on this
hard.
beach? There's a quartz crystal that's the size of like it's massive, like 100 people can lay on it. So you could
Wow.
lay. Oh, it's so beautiful, and it's right by the ocean. So, yeah, this
Do you
would be
go
a great
lay on
place.
it?
Oh yeah, I go lay on it and go
I'd
for
be on
walks
that
on the
bad
beach.
boy
And
all the time.
oh my God, it's
man.
amazing. This where I live is actually a national or a provincial park, so there's lots of
Wow.
picnic tables and like outhouses and little beach changing. You know, when you go to a beach and it has all the stuff for you to get
Yep.
changed and rinse your feet. Like yeah, this whole place is a park, but there's
Holy
only a few
mackerel.
houses on the beach. Yeah, I just lucked out. I'm just a renter, so it could all who
How's the
knows.
winter up there?
Beautiful. It's
Is it?
beautiful. It's not bad. It's not that bad. I mean, 2 months of the year, it's a little
Right.
but we don't get as much snow as we used to, and then it's back to being, I don't really want it to be hot with bugs all the time. I kind of like the fall and the spring.
Yeah.
But yeah, it never gets old, and I would love to share it. That's the thing. This is such a
Oh, I'm
healing
keeping
place
that
to
in mind.
come and I have a couple friends that I do drums. Like we'll get together and we just this summer we did karaoke and we had our congas out and we were just singing crazy Alanis and all that stuff.
I love it.
It's fun, yeah. And that's what I've been trying to do, you guys, ever since like there was a couple years where I was pretty sad. Like I didn't know, I didn't have a lot of like I felt like this was it for humanity. They did us in, but then I'm like, no, you know what? You still got to enjoy life and find fun and I used to and I'm just trying to remember like what did I used to like to do? I used to like to sing and play music and
Right.
even just coloring. Just sit down with and just color a picture. It's amazing. You know what I mean? While you're listening to some old Madonna. Well, I don't really
Good
like Madonna
idea.
anymore, but but I like the old 70s, whatever your
Oh,
music
yes.
is.
I like that. I always listen to the 80s station.
80s stuff
and
too.
The 80s stuff is good. I love the old like Led Zeppelin and Janis Joplin stuff. I love all that stuff.
Oh,
But that's another
man.
thing I've been doing. I limit my podcasts to I like to listen to them when I work, but then when I'm gonna clean my house or I'm at home and when the kids are around. I used to have Sabrina on a lot in the car when the kids were in the back and they're like, Mom, what are you listening to? So I started going back to music again. But I didn't even want to you guys, I didn't want to listen to music. I didn't want to do nothing. I didn't want any of that for a while. I was just like, nope, I gotta like the world's ending. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah,
then you realize like
I
if
do.
that's your vibe all the time,
right.
that's not good either. That's not good either. And then I was scaring my children. That's the other thing you got to be
Right.
careful though. Don't scare your kids
Yep.
because they're always
It's
It's
like a
listening
probably
and they
lot of
more
want
the
to
people, I
know.
think,
mom
love
guilt.
posting like the fear porn online, and they're constantly posting the things that are going to get the most reaction from people. Like
Yes.
posting
Yeah,
really,
that's
and I had to
because
stop
they're
doing
trying to
that.
get
Like
people
I
in.
had
Yeah,
to
they're
Yeah.
stop doing that.
Yep.
well,
It's
because
exhausting.
sometimes it's like it's always been there. We're just figuring it out right now. This has always
That's
been
very
going on in
true.
the background. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like and we're still
Right.
alive. So you can't let it suck up all your energy and all your time and make you
We've
scared
survived
because
this far, and we will continue to
That's
survive.
right.
well, whether you're
Survive and
scared of
thrive,
uh,
even.
if you're scared of this or you're scared of whatever, you're still scared. Like during COVID, I was scared of dying of the vaccine and my family was scared of the virus and we just agreed to disagree and say, okay, you have your
Same.
fears, I have mine, and let's just be respectful. But when it comes to this, the government and the all the forces that be, they want us to be scared. So they don't care what we're scared about. Just keep them scared, keep them arguing. So
Be
let's not
mad,
let
be
that happen.
scared, and be sad. Have
Yeah,
anxiety all the time.
have
Be in
anxiety.
that
Yeah, like so
negative
so
space.
trip the script, you know what I mean? Like break out of that. Like don't fall into these scripts that they want you to be down and sad and angry and watching all this stupid shit. It's like let's remember to go back and be humans again. Like we don't need
Yeah.
technology all the time. You don't need it, I think I got to get a PC, like an actual computer, so that if I want to go on and just do stuff, because I do everything on my phone and I'm always holding it. You know what I mean? So I think,
I'm on one right. I have a little cheap laptop that I use. It's
but it's
helpful.
probably better. You know what I mean? I think and I don't know. It's more of the habit of the phone comes because the phone is
Right, because
everything.
remember before our phones, we had to go turn on the computer
Yep.
and you'd wait for
Yeah,
it to,
I still
power
do.
up, and then you'd have to actually go log into all your stuff, and you couldn't sit on there all day because you had life. So you'd go on and then you'd log off, and that was
right.
it.
Yep.
It's like a
Yep.
portable computer is what the phone is. Yeah, it's everything. It's an alarm clock and it's a camera. I used to have a camera. I used to have a phone and a flashlight
Right,
and an
now
alarm clock.
everything right here.
It's
Yeah,
exactly. It's preparing us for it to be the body. I can
Right.
see that.
Oh, yes, that's it,
It's
Jill.
it's almost like
oh
this
yeah.
transition thing in the way that
Well, it
things
goes
are.
from
Yeah.
yeah, from the phone to the wrist, from the wrist to the glasses. Now they got those glasses, and then they'll have the contact lenses, and then it'll be in your head. I think they're coming. Like that's if
And
you
people
want
are
to
going to
do
be
that,
like, sign me up. It's easier to walk into a store and just clicky clicky with your
Right.
body.
right, with a wink of an eye, but what does this really mean for everybody? I think informed consent and informed decision making and awareness is all
We
we
should,
got at this point. Like we can't stop it, we can't turn it off, but the more it's like don't be scared of it, be aware of it and learn about it so you can use that to make decisions so you don't get caught with your pants down. That's what happened to
Absolutely.
everybody. They had to make a decision in 5 minutes and they were scared and their job was on the line. So they logged into their digital twin and now your neurons or whatever, however it works. So maybe now putting this out there, people will say, you know what, before I sign up for all this AI stuff at work, I think I'm going to look into it. And before, you know what I mean? Like having
Just
awareness,
pause for
they
a
want
minute.
just pause and go look it up and think about it. But they want us to make decisions without having any of this awareness and just think that AI is the greatest thing and let it make all your decisions for you. And that's what we have to be aware of. Like, no, I'm not going to use it all the time. I'll use it for what I need to assist me. But when people have become dependent on it, which I think a lot of people already have, then that's where they got you. And then the next
Yep.
is getting them to submit and just take it. You know what I mean? Wait till everybody starts. I think they said something. You know, like the phone probably won't be around by 2035 or something. I just heard one tech guy say that
Yeah,
it'll be
I've
replaced by
wondered.
yeah, it'll be like a tattoo. It'll be it's not going to be
A
a phone.
tattoo
Yeah,
or
the cars within the next few years won't have a key to them anymore. It's
Oh
coming.
yeah.
Like they're not using keys in the future
you
with
told me that.
cars.
I
Well,
told all my
and the new
family
cars
that, and they didn't
don't even
believe me.
and they don't have steering wheels or something, right? Too,
Mhm.
Don.
The cars now have capability of being autonomous. They can update they can update the computer system while you sleep, go in and make changes and everything in the new cars.
So the new cars are
Wow.
basically
Yeah, like
recording
a phone.
everything you're doing,
Yes, with the
watching your pupils.
sensors, it's next level.
So they do
And
the
do people
updates
know
while you're
this?
sleeping, like your phone. Yeah. I
Wow.
don't.
And
Nobody in my
do
family
people
knew
know
that.
this? No,
Yeah.
I was going to say, if you buy these 2024 cars, there's literally a camera watching your eyes and recording your conversations. And do
Yes.
people
You
know how to
can,
turn
we
that
just
off?
went in a car, a trip. We went on vacation, my husband and I, and he was yawning and it came up on the screen on the car, time to take a break.
Oh man, that would
See?
piss me right off. Don't
I'm
tell me
like,
to
Well,
take a break.
dang.
so imagine what sensors are in the fucking steering wheel.
Right.
Imagine when you're driving, it's going to record every eye movement, every turn, your heart rate. It's going to connect it. Oh my God, like that's it. That's the car is
Good
literally.
point. Someone said they already chip animals. Yep. We're
Yes.
just like that. Yes, Laura.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah,
They're
yeah, the
watching
ultimate
at all
babysitter.
times now, sensing when we went on two different trips. We went up to Michigan and then we went to Florida. So I went up the whole East Coast.
That's some
They
mad
have put
driving.
all of the infrastructure in from there to there. It's all in the new lighting, the new roads. There is stuff everywhere. People just don't know what it is. So
I
they're
know.
driving by, they're not seeing it. They don't know. It's already there.
It's already there. Is that and those are those ultraviolet lights, those purple lights.
Yes,
I've
it's
seen them.
literally everywhere from one end of the East Coast to the other. It's all set up. People think like, oh, it's not going
They're
to
called
happen. I'm not
corridors.
in a smart city area. Yes, you are.
Yep.
It's built
Do you see
everywhere around us now.
the
Okay.
e-bike lanes on the side of the road?
Yeah.
I mean, like, how many people are going to be riding e-bikes? And I see it, and I've seen this creeping in. You know, like
At
Yeah,
the
you
water
nobody
can
park
see.
in
notices.
Orlando, they wanted you to scan your freaking eyeballs to get a locker. I was like, well, I guess we're
Wow.
not going to the water park.
Just to get a locker. Yeah, see,
Yes.
that's going to be.
Wow.
Well, they have
Skip
contact
the
lenses
locker.
I saw that they can light up and you can see in the dark. And it said one of the benefits of having these contact lenses is so you could navigate your way through a power outage. I'm like, I don't recall when the power went out that it was that scary.
I'm gonna get them.
Crystal, did you see Crystal's comment, Jill?
I see that. I just put it up.
Okay.
Yep. Can already scan your hand to
Hi,
pay at Whole
Crystal.
Foods. Hi, Crystal.
Yeah,
Yep.
they're using like you can program your MasterCard to be a smile or whatever biometric you want can open your garage or I mean, people are saying now their smart washers they're finding out that the washing machine's using all this gigs of data. Like all the smart devices in your house are going to start monitoring how much water you use, how much. Wait till it costs money every time you want to do. I'm predicting, you're not predicting, but I'm assuming that's the way that they're going to.
Yep.
The social
Your
credit
wash
score is going to
machine
work.
won't turn on that day because you've used
You
your
already
allotted amount
you
of
used your water, right? And then you're going to gain points for doing things, but you're going to lose points when you use too much water. You're going to lose
Right.
points when you. Some of the I've heard Like, have you guys ever watched any of those old Black Mirror episodes?
Yep, I sure have.
Those are creepy. There was an episode called 15,000 Merits. I was telling Dawn, that's when I watched it, it didn't make any sense to me like it does now. It's crazy. He
Was
was
that the
literally
first season?
I think it was in the first season, and it's the guy that's on the exercise bike. And in the future, everybody works, you exercise on these bikes to
Yes,
generate tokens,
Right.
right? That's that, right?
I
And
saw
so,
it.
and if you, yeah, yeah. But anyway, it was showing him, he needed to make more money, so he was bending his elbow like a computation, right? There's money, money. But every time he brushed his teeth and used water, he would lose points. So he'd have to gain them back by doing physical movements, and everybody lived in a little tiny room, and the whole
Oh,
room
that part I remember.
was yeah, they all had Wi-Fi, and they all just watched TV and exercise. And if you wanted to, but anyway, it was a lot of the
Just
Black Mirror
just the
shows the
battery.
technology. They showed the technology. This was like in 2017 when it first came out, and they kind of were showing you what it would look like. An episode, the mother got the kid chipped because she had a scare. They play on your heart. She thought
The
the
mom
kid
guilt.
got kidnapped. The mom Gil. So she freaked out because she lost her kid at the park. She went and got her kid chipped. Now she's got an iPad, and she can log into her kid's body. And on this iPad, she can see the heart rate, the cortisol levels. She can see through her eyes. Okay. So the moral of the story was the ethicalness of it. If you could log into your own body and your children's body, should you? Do you really need to know when their heart rate goes up, if they're scared and what they're seeing? Because the mother started blocking things out, and then it started making it so that her childhood wasn't natural. And throughout the episode, it plays on you, right? Because the mom knows she's got to put it away. You can't monitor your kid like that. But then she brings it out when she's late. Say she doesn't come home one night. You're like, fuck, where's my kid? And it's that
Right.
easy to go pull out the iPad and see through their eyes and see what they're doing. Is that right? I don't think so. So it shows you the technology of like
And the
why you would do
complexity
it.
of the moral, ethical questions that go along with it. That
God,
And then
imagine how many people would
yes.
spy on their spouses all day long.
All day long.
yeah,
And
that
then
would be the end
that
of
was
that
another
whole thing.
episode. That was
God.
another episode. It showed them they had the chips in their head, and then you could come home from work and talk about your day, and it would come up on the TV screen. So husbands and wives started saying, "Let me see what you did today." Like as if I just
Oh,
got
I
off your
remember
list.
that. Now that you say it.
Do you remember that episode? Yeah, and it was like, fuck, man, it just totally destroyed trust. It destroyed, you know what I mean? Like just
It
it's
already
kind of
has a leg in destroying trust. I mean, with the way it's going.
well, look what it does
Hey,
now. If you
Crystal.
send someone a message and they don't answer it right away, all the teenagers think that you're dumping them and they're having an anxiety attack because you haven't responded because they can see that you opened it and didn't respond. So now they're, you know what I mean? It's all the distrust. Is even the Snapchats and all the apps that track yourselves. Make sure you get that all turned off on your kids.
Oh man,
Snapchat
I'm not
Snapchat
on. I don't
tracks
have
you.
Snapchat
Me
on my
neither. I don't
phone.
have any of
either.
that shit.
And I
don't even
turned off
know.
all the trackers. I got a new phone recently, and it took me forever to go in and go through it, go into all the settings and disable. And I mean, there were
All
so
the
many.
stuff.
I could more and more, like from the previous time I had a phone. So it's just
I've
creeping up.
I saw a video and I went in and I set my phone so that if I press this button on the side 3 times, like 1, 2, 3, my whole screen goes red. So at night, I can just go click, 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 and I have a red light over my screen so that the blue light, so it's supposed to
Oh,
help
yes.
with your, because at night the blue light tricks your brain into thinking it's
Right.
daytime and you don't produce melatonin. So you can just Google. I just went onto YouTube and said, how do I change my phone setting to a red light filter? And it just walked me through step by step how to do it. And then and right now, like I can turn it on or off just with the click of a button. I don't like it in the
Wow.
day. And even at night, I don't really like it because I can't see everything. But a lot of times you don't need to see. You're just on your phone listening to Sabrina's or you're listening to a podcast, you know what I mean? So it dims the
Some
light.
music.
But for your kids, get your kids, I put it on my daughter's iPad.
I'll
So
check that out.
if she's on it in the evening when it's starting to get dark, I'm like, put your red light setting on. And then it's not, because then they'll fall asleep.
I need to figure that out on my phone. I know, Kelly,
too.
you've told me like 600 times how to do it. And I can't.
Well, I couldn't tell you how to do it right now. I just have like there's a TikTok video out there.
I'll go
Okay.
look it up. I'm gonna go look it up when we get off.
We'll
Yeah.
post it somewhere.
Well,
Yeah.
I've had the glasses before, and I don't know if they're a crock of shit or not, but I don't
I
like
have
wearing
have
them because
glasses too, but I just
Yeah,
hate
well, then
wearing
every-
glasses. So
I don't like
I
them.
do.
Yeah,
put
then
'em on,
everything's
it's
red.
to wear 'em.
weird.
Well, you know
Oh,
what? One day when I was wearing them, I looked at my phone with the red glasses on and I could see those three, there's actually four, or those infrared lights that are on your phone that are facing the camera. I can see
oh
them.
yeah.
I can see I can
Wow.
see the
I
red
need to go
dots.
get
Yeah.
my, if my glasses were up here, I'd put them on and check and see. I think they're downstairs though.
Go out in the
Yeah,
sun
mine
and
are
put your
too.
phone in the sun and put the red glasses on and you'll see the infrared
Wow.
dots
I'm
on
going
your
to try
phone,
that
right?
too when we get
I can
off
see
here.
them right now as I'm looking, but I wasn't aware that they were there before. But now I know they're there. I can totally see them. And that's the other thing too. Make sure your phone, like, I don't know if it matters, but it always freaks me out when I'm, if I'm watching a video and the phone's always looking at me.
Yes. So put it away from you.
It's almost like lay it flat, but it's like I think from what we've learned, the phone sends out like a signal to see where you're at.
Like a
It's always
feeler,
checking. It's like a beacon. Yeah, it's always seeing where are you at? Where are you at? Kind of
like one
thing.
of those
Our,
plant things that get tendrils that goes out.
yeah, like it's always checking to see how far away you are. But I still have an iPhone 11. I think mine's only on iPhone 11, and they're saying that that's going to be the cutoff or something. Like I'm going to have to be forced to update, or else nothing will work.
Yes, because I think I still have the 11 or 10 too. And
Yeah.
I've been like holding out. I have like hardly any data storage on my phone now, but
Oh, I don't want my
I
phone's
just don't
cracked to
want to
shit.
upgrade.
I don't want to upgrade either because I don't want to spend the money. But I don't. The iPhone 16 is psycho. I looked up a tech guy explaining. He said this is like military spyware. The
Wow.
the 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 sensors that are in the iPhone 16 are fucked. They're like what all that. They're everything. They're reading everything. And Apple has its own network. Like Apple doesn't need 5G towers. It can just
Right.
send it to other Apples, right? And I think that's
Right.
the whole thing. Even when your phone's turned off, it can still find you. They don't the satellites don't need your phone to be on anymore. So there's no escape. No escape.
No
But
escape.
you know, it's not
Crystal,
Wow.
mine too. I can't, my cloud doesn't work. Nothing uploads to my cloud on my phone. I've been resisting forever. So I can't keep anything on my phone because of that cloud thing too. They're trying to force me to get a different phone.
I have
oh
an
like you
Android, a
can't
cheap Android.
you can't oh like they're not letting you put storage on the cloud to force you to try to get a new phone or they want
Mm-hmm.
you to update. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'll go down
Unbelievable.
hard.
Oh, it is
My
believable.
phone. Well,
All
it
right, we
would be
gonna
nice.
wrap this up, ladies? Or I think
Okay.
it's time.
This was
Like,
fun. Thanks.
I know it was really fun.
We need to have Kelly back
Yes.
on though, because she's awesome.
We absolutely will.
Well,
And yep.
thanks,
We could
All right.
ladies.
probably
Thanks,
talk all
everybody.
day, honestly.
We all could. We'd be here all day. We'd have yeah.
Thanks everyone for listening to us chat. That was
Thank
fun. I
you.
really appreciate the invite and thanks you guys. And I'd love to talk to you off screen too if we can
Yes.
ever want to have a if you ever want to have a chatteroo because
like real
Like
friends.
like real people,
like real
friends.
friends. Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Awesome.
I'm gonna end it. Okay.
All right. Bye,
Okay.
ladies.
All right.
Bye.
It's ended.